My brothers and sisters, a pleasant good morning. Good morning. Union Voices. A pleasant good morning also to the media that is present, and also the listening audience that is out there, and particularly the workers that are involved in local government. As it relates, NUGFW represents 12 out of the 14 regional corporations, but as you would be aware now that we have boroughs and so forth, 12 out of the 14. Brothers and sisters, I want to thank the media this morning through NUGFW and its executive. Yeah, thank you. Through the national executive of the union, we were forced this morning to have this press conference pertaining to the oppression that is taking place at the level of the Ministry of Local Government. You will realize that elections for local government have just been held. Our union did not involve. We remained very quietly to see what would really happen pertaining to the local government elections that were held. Today, we want to tell the nation, the general public, and all those who are involved in local government. We as a union have a certificate given to us by the Recognition and Certification Board. Outside of that, based on the Industrial Relations Act, the CPO, the Chief Personnel Officer, is deemed to be the employer for most of the day-rated workers, all the day-rated workers and other workers that is involved with the government public sector. Based on that, we have something that we call the collective agreement. The collective agreement is the sole body that is responsible totally for the working conditions of the day-rated workers, which is being negotiated between the majority union, in this instance it is NUGFW, and the CPO. It is supposed to be reviewed every 3 years. You have a collective agreement. It is very disheartening today. Since 2013, it is the last time that we have had a review of the collective agreement. In light of the circumstances, we are saying today that there is no law and order as it relates to the Ministry of Local Government. All tenets of industrial relations has been broken down under the carpet. They have thrown that under the bus. I am asking the question today, where is the Minister of Local Government that's supposed to be seen about the governance, and therefore the PS also who have to see about the operations of local government? I want to say to the public today, the PS have been sleeping over the years. I want to repeat, the permanent secretary in the Ministry of Local Government have been sleeping over the years. The minister that is responsible, Faris Alwari, Minister of Local Government and Rural Development, since his involvement at the Ministry of Local Government, I am saying without reservation that it has become worse. Local government has deteriorated over the years. And I am in a position to say so because I have worked all my years in the Ministry of Local Government, from county council to local government when it came into in 1992. And in light of the circumstances, we have never, ever have a ministry that is not governed. The operations have fallen apart, and we're not aware exactly what is happening to those who have been given the responsibility to ensure that the Ministry of Local Government continues to operate in a very efficient manner. The Ministry of Local Government is one of the ministries, or is the only ministry that is closer to the people. Outside of the Ministry of Finance, local government we consider to be the most important ministry as it relates to the government. Because local government is among the people. They are to see the needs of the people. Everything that happens within your communities, within your district, has to be done and operated by local government. Brothers and sisters, over the years, as I indicated, the terms and conditions of employment remains in the collective agreement. As it relates that every 2 years, you are supposed to need to have the review of the permanent cadre. The permanent cadre has not been reviewed, or I should say that it has not been signed by the officials of the Ministry of Local Government. The union did everything possible during the period from 2014 to the present time. We went to the various regional corporations and boroughs of which falls under our purview. All the establishments have been reviewed, and for whatever reason, we have written to the permanent secretary. We spoke to the Minister of Local Government in the presence of the permanent secretary to have the list signed, that is the establishment, and for whatever reason, up to today, it has not been signed. We brought it to the attention of the CPO as recently as last week, and up to today, there is no response. The importance of the establishment, ladies and gentlemen, is to ensure that when workers are given a piece of paper indicating that you are permanent, you could go to any financial institution in the country and present it to them and indicate that I am a permanent worker in the Ministry of Local Government, and in light of that, you could ensure that business could be done to help and to assist yourselves and your families. And therefore, we are saying to the Ministry of Local Government, we have had enough. So we must allow the nation and the entire country to be aware the treatment and the oppressiveness that has been taking place in the Ministry of Local Government. Let us go now to the CEOs and chairmen that are responsible for the various regional corporations and boards. Ladies and gentlemen, some of the CEOs, I am not saying all, some of the CEOs are doing as they please. They have thrown the collective agreement, which is supposed to be the terms and conditions of the workers' employment, under the bridge, under the bus, and they do as they want, how they want, when they want. Because they have realized from since the Prime Minister of the country, Dr. Keith Christopher Rowley, sometime, I think it is 2021, subject to correction, went on a political platform and said openly to the nation that there will be no filling of vacancies for over a year. Since then, vacancies have not been filled. But hear what is happening at the various local government institutions, various corporations. The CEOs and some of them, the councillors, will just call and say, Mr. Lambert, we're taking on 200 workers. The union could send 3 or they could send 2. When you investigate, 10 for the chairman, 10 for this councillor, 10 for the CEO, 10 for this. This is how vacancies are being filled presently. Within the collective agreement and the establishment, there are categories of workers. You have checkers, you have carpenters, you have laborers, you have masons, you have sanitation workers. All categories of workers are enshrined within the establishment. But presently, nothing of this sort is happening. They just take on who they feel, when they feel, how they feel. And although you have met with the various CEOs and went through the establishment, knowingly the people who have retired, who have resigned for whatever reasons, nothing is being done for the past 8 years. They just call a number, they take their friends and their families, who they want, and that is how local government is running to. We have spoken to the permanent secretaries. The permanent secretary, nothing is happening. Hence the reason why I'm saying she is sleeping up in the Ministry of Local Government and Rural Development. I thought that when Mr. Alwari, the Minister of Local Government and Rural Development, came in, I said, well, here we will have a change. Because I want to be frank. This is a man that I admire. We have sat in Parliament on the opposite side. And I thought that this is a bright young man, given the opportunity to ensure that local government operates in a particular efficient way. And I am saying today how disappointed I am in the Minister of Local Government pertaining to how he is allowing the governance of the Ministry of Local Government continues to deteriorate. I met with him. Let us go to the transformation of local government. They have been trying to have the transformation of local government for many years. I have had the opportunity to be on the committee in the earlier years. When Minister Stretch was there, Hazel Manning was there, we had several committee meetings that we attended with other officers of the union. In 2019, the union was invited to go to the Joint Select Committee in Parliament. And we gave evidence, the first deputy here and others were there, and we indicated to the chairman and other members of the Joint Select Committee the flaws that we found in the draft that was presented to Parliament pertaining to the transformation of local government. Brothers and sisters, we had said to them, we have no problem with the transformation. What we have problem with is the processes and certain aspects of the act that was not in keeping. How could you have transformation of local government? The first thing that we said, if you want to transform local government, one, the question arises that local government ministry is not constituted in the Constitution of the Union. Every other ministry is part of the Constitution except local government. So therefore, that is where the question arises. They want to do as how they have been doing, to have local government as a football. Kick it when they want, turn it over when they want, put it where they want, send all kind of persons up there to operate within the Ministry of Local Government that does not have a clue what is happening, as what they have been doing with some of those persons they call human resource and so forth. In the earlier days, we used to have industrial relation officers that is aware of what the industrial relation matters are. Today is not so. 90% of the corporation human resource department doesn't have a clue. Like they don't even read the collective agreement. They do not know anything about the related workers. And they are the ones that make the decision. We are calling today on the government. We are calling on the Prime Minister to ensure for the removal of the permanent secretary, the removal of the current Minister of Local Government, because they sit there and allow CEOs to do what they want, and nobody says anything pertaining to that. 8 years we have not been able to sign an establishment. All of us is aware of the review also of what we have, what we call proposals and so forth. When we go with the proposal, that is another question. We negotiated, it broke down, and you are aware that we went to the court. It is the first time that I have seen a government rushing to go to the court with other trade unions. They had referred us also, but what they did not realize that we were ahead of them. Because when the Minister of Finance referred the matter to the industrial court, NUGFW was the only one pertaining. There are 3 unions that deals with deliberated workers in the Ministry of Local Government. Amalgamated, contractors in San Fernando, and the largest among them is NUGFW, the National Union of Government and Federated Workers. they have been able to persuade Amalgamated through the CPU to sign the offer that was made. And we have said earlier, in the early days, we are not going to accept the offer that has been given to public servants in the Republic of Trinidad. I have investigated and I have been in part of the Caribbean, English-speaking Caribbean, and the only government that has offered 4% to its workers in the public sector is the government of Trinidad and Tobago. The government of Trinidad and Tobago, each and every government where we are supposed to be and have the best economy in the English-speaking Caribbean. We were the haven of the Caribbean, Trinidad and Tobago. Today, we consider to be the worst because of the governance by this present government. For whatever reasons, the government is on a roll to ensure that they extinguish trade unions from the map in Trinidad and Tobago. And we could verify that by the act that they took to Parliament and in the Senate. There is no consideration whatsoever for workers. They are of the view that they've been in government and they could do what they want, how they want, and when they want. And we are saying there will always be trade union, not only in Trinidad and Tobago, but throughout the world. You know the reason why? We have too many unscrupulous employers throughout the world not to have a trade union to see after the affairs of the working class, and especially those who cannot do this for themselves. And we are saying to you, Mr. Minister of Local Government, if you cannot do the job, get out, ship out, work with your permanent secretary, and let somebody else do it. Because the affairs of the Ministry of Local Government is not being attended to. We took the opportunity to visit the minister. We wrote on 3 occasions. For whatever reason, sometime in January of 2023, the 23 method, yes. And we highlighted to him some of the parts that we have in the Act, of which we have indicated to the Joint Select Committee of the flaws that you have put in the Act pertaining to the transformation of the country. And here what they did. They went through the collective agreement and they took the grievance procedure and the disciplinary code and inserted it into the Act. We drew it to the attention of the minister, and he intimated at the meeting in the presence of his permanent secretary he was not aware of it, and therefore he would have gotten his legal minds to look at it again, and he will get back to us. We're still waiting. We're still waiting. And in light of that, there is certain aspect of the Act that indicates that an employee, a grieved employee, do not have to come to the union. They could go to the industrial court, and it says in it, they may inform the union. So what would you think of? Is that not union busted? That is the reason why we are saying that they have done and continues to do everything to ensure they extinguish trade unions. But Mr. Prime Minister, Mr. Government, local government, and other ministers, you will never in your time in office extinguish trade unions. I am happy today. Since 2019, the transformation of local government should have come into being. But after our presentation at the Joint Select Committee in 2019, around 2018, 19, somewhere there, they decided that they would defer it. 2023, they come with it. Brothers and sisters, look around. You are intelligent people for yourself. What is the transformation of government? What is the reform? What have they done? What have they put in place for the transformation of local government?
Nothing.
Nothing, absolutely nothing. All that this transformation is about is to give executive powers to their councillors. And the councillors and them have started to operate, some of them, as if they are executive council. I could remember and I recall very vividly when Minister Khan was alive, deceased, may the Lord have mercy on his soul. We went to Chogwanas, a meeting was called pertaining to the reform of local government. And even the CEOs in the various corporations were not aware of what their role and function is. When I stood up and asked the question, he could not have answered up to no. Now, it has not been defined what is the role of the CEOs in the various corporations. All that the councillors are waiting to hear, it is an executive council and you have an executive chairman. Nothing else. Nothing else is being done. Take for example, I have been living all my years in the Digo Martin West constituency of the Prime Minister. Everybody knows that. I was a councillor down there for 10 years. Everybody knows that. And there is no change. You have now made Digo Martin a borough. Go to Digo Martin and live there. Go to Banatel. Garbage and drainage is in a deplorable condition. Not even a sign, not a barrow, not a truck, nothing has been done. But we boasted. We have given borough status to Digo Martin. Yes. The only thing that has been done is the building that was built in Westmoreland. And there is a sign next to the bank. And if it was not for the green paint of the bank, you would not have even known that is the corporation head office. Nothing. There is no sign, no way. Everything remains the same. And you go about fooling people, speaking in terms of they will be collecting tax. The whole transformation is to ensure property tax that poor people continues to take out what they do not have to pay. And then you speak about property tax, so that will make the boroughs and the corporation much better than they were. Women still urinating in bushes. Yeah. Nothing has been done. No tools, nothing. No vacancies is being filled since the minister is there. And everywhere you pass, you could hear them say, the teams is very depleted. Nobody is getting promotion. Because when they call, we take on 200 people, you don't know what they're doing, no tools, no material, nothing. But you take on 200 people to appease the councillors and to appease the chairman. And you tell me about transformation of local government. Go back again and think. We are saying transformation, we are ready for change. But what you're doing there is not even exchange. It is worse than it was. And they are saying, Mr. Prime Minister, Minister of Local Government, we are ready to sit with you at any time and to indicate and to propose what sort of changes that is necessary for the transformation of local government. But the first thing that you must do and should do is to insert in the Constitution of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago local government. Nothing will be done. Nothing will be done. You indicated in the act that you have brought local, you are bringing local government to the something close to the Tobago House of Assembly. Tell me, Mr. Minister, Mr. Government, Mr. Prime Minister, who are you fooling? You're fooling yourselves. We are intelligent to know that nothing will be done. And you know the reason why? Tobago has been given a small portion of the budget whatever, whether you want 1/5 or 1/3 or whatever, or no less than 4%. What have you given for the transformation of local government? Nothing. How could you plan if you have to be dependent on what the Minister of Finance says when it goes to the consolidated fund? And after he has distributed to the several ministries, then he gives local government something, as they have been doing. If you want reform, give them a portion of what you have done with the Tobago House of Assembly, so we could sit adequately and plan how we will develop the Ministry of Local Government, how we could make the lives of the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago much better than it is. But you're all about campaigning, transformation of local government, they go collect tax fund, reform and all sort of nonsensical things. The people have rejected at the last local government election your campaign pertaining to local government. I have to be bitter. We gave you every opportunity to mend, sit and let's discuss, and nothing is happening. All what you are thinking in terms of contracts. You know, we could get rid of the workers and give them contract. They're lazy, they do. How could they operate efficiently and effectively if there is no material, no tool, no equipment? You have nothing. Nothing is given. And yet you're saying you're furnishing CPEP and URP. But a body, a statutory body that has been there even before you was born, local government, solved. Solved. You plan to destroy the Ministry of Local Government. Mr. Minister, we are saying enough is enough. We want our establishment signed. We want our permanent establishment signed and signed immediately. We have worked assiduously to ensure that we prepare the documents in all the 12 corporations that fall under the purview of NUGFW. And we're still waiting and waiting. And you have a sleeping permanent secretary. Don't know she elbow from she foot, but she's the permanent secretary. But they are not afraid. I'm saying that without reservation. I have met them, I have discussed with them, I am aware of them, I've worked in local government, I was counselor for local government. You cannot fool me. I know it much better than you. So let us make up our minds what we want, what we really want. Just to give power to the elected personnel. We say enough is enough. Mr. Minister, you are there outside of that. Yes, we have had non-payment of sick leave bonuses. No matter what we have written, nothing is taking place. We have a situation. I spoke to the CPO on Monday. In the earlier days, since County Council to 1992, when local government came into being, I could speak about it because I was there, I was part of it. We used to have what we call brush cutters. Brush cutters is a piece of machine that they used to go on the recreational grounds and so forth. The man would drive, cut the grounds, and you would have workers raking the grass and things from there. Right up now, we understand that workers came into being. No longer brush cutters is being used. We use workers. We used to have swipers where people swipe on the side of the road. Now everywhere you go, all the ministries, you will see the variety of workers that you have. The workers out there, you are able in some corporations to supply the workers, to give the workers to work up the place. They buy, some of them bought their own workers. But while you would have supplied a few, they still have to buy the strings, they still have to buy the gas, and they go about pushing the workers from the daily living and the daily livelihood. Well, it varied. Some corporations would have paid $20 some would have paid 15 and so forth, pertaining until we meet with the CPO to renegotiate, of which the union has proposed and they have agreed in principle by way of the CPO that the workmen will now be called LEOs, Light Equipment Operators. We have a principle agreement on that. But what has happened, a CEO from Siparia Corporation went and she said, brush cutters is not in the collective agreement. So she cut off payment. No more payment. The people taking out money from their pockets with the bigger sum of $2,000 a month that they're working for, you get per fortnight, and buying gas and stream. I didn't see that in the, and oil also, sorry. I did not see that in the collective agreement, which is last signed 2013. So therefore you all will not be paid. Find out from the CPO office. The CPO said, well, it's true. Brush cutters are not there anymore. And in light of that, you're right to do what you do. You know what that sleeping permanent secretary in the Ministry of Local Government did? She said, let her communicate to all the regional corporations. Tell them, stop paying for brush cutters. Madam, we are not using brush cutters, we are using workers. That is how we know you're sleeping on your desk. You don't know what is happening. So we have to explain to the CPO the difference between the brush cutters and the workers. And therefore we are calling on you, because here the audacity about you. Something that is involved in the collective agreement, if for whatever reasons you have to send out a communique, come and copy the union, we represent the workers, we are the main stakeholders. But you're so disrespectful to the workers out there that you will send it to the CEOs and they immediately would have stopped paying the workers. So therefore when the place is not properly cut and clean, you're only lazy, and then in this, let's get contractors. When we have realized that is the plan of government that you are carrying out. And we are asking and we are appealing to the government today and to the President of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago. Please, please, when the act comes before you, do not sign. Do not sign that. It is not completely dealing with the reform of local government. We have to go back again on the board and to ensure that what is necessary for the reform is being placed there. Madam CEO, we are saying the vacancies must be, and send out the communique now, and let the CEOs and then the various regional corporations and boroughs sit with the majority union and fill the vacancies in the various categories. Not come start selling and say, we want 200 workers and just put their families and friends to work, and you telling me that you're overburdened, as we have received a letter from Diego Martin indicating Diego Martin has over 100,000 people involved with Diego Martin. They took on a few people a few years ago. They say now that Diego Martin is overstaffed. Overstaffed with what?
Correct.
Once see the state of Diego Martin.
Correct.
See the state of the teams. You're not out there. You're sleeping on your desk out there, and you call it overstaffed. It is. We still have in Trinidad and Tobago. I believe in the justice system. There is law and order, and in light of that, how the government is operating, henceforth we are seeing the escalation of crime. Today, the crime has gone out of control. And this is what is happening based on the governance of the country. Why we having so much problem. Work within the law, within the realms of the law. There is a collective agreement. Let us meet and work together for the development of the country. You're making the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago believe that the workers in local government and the various other ministries, they are working, they're lazy. Stop and find out. When a trench or anything is to be built, they send the workers out there after the excavation has been done. When you go, they send the stone a month after the sand comes, 2 months after the nails come, 3 months after it has no water. So what you want the workers to do? Not sit there, then you say, you know how long they have been there and nothing is being done. Because you know why? The superintendent, the CEOs and them, they're bathing in Maracas. They're bathing in carnage. So they have time to ensure that the work that they are being paid for is being done. I want the minister to know all of us are workers and citizens of the country. We all have to leave it at some day, but get up and do what you have to do. Not to just go about only when it's election and you want to remain in office. To say vote for you because we will make local government a better place to live in. And I'm saying enough is enough. The union have remained silent enough long enough, and we no longer will continue with so we have to hit the road. And in light of that, I am awaiting a call from the CPO because we raised it with him pertaining to what is happening. And it's not warning, it's all over. They are doing the same thing because they are following the dictates of the government. So brothers and sisters, today I am appealing. We don't want to go with how many things that have not been done. We have several things. And we are saying to remove from the draft, the act, the disciplinary code and the collective act and the grievance procedure. Because here the danger is the brothers and sisters. The disciplinary code and the grievance procedure is a negotiable position. You negotiate 3 years, you could add, you could delete. When you insert it into the act, it's only Parliament could change that. Like you remember when Robinson had taken me 10%? We went, the oldest union that went to court was NUGFW. And what the court ruled? The highest court in the land took it away. So it's only them to give it back. Before,
never gave back.
Never got it back. So before it is being signed by the president, we are saying remove that from the act. And the other aspect of it, we're willing to meet with you any day, anytime, and anywhere to ensure the workers in the Ministry of Local Government and elsewhere has a fair rate as everybody else in the country. Cost of living is escalating every day. Every day things getting higher. Transportation, all that is getting higher. And the sitting government since 2015 does nothing, did nothing, and then you come in to tell us, let's have the transformation and reform of local government. Reform yourself first, and then we will decide. I will now ask the media that are present if there is any clarification or any question that you would like to pose. We are open now. Do you have any? Or you are quite satisfied with itself? Go ahead. I want to apologize to the media, those who came up on Monday when we were supposed to have that press conference, and they came up here on Monday, and in light of the circumstances, yes, we were supposed to have a press conference as it relates to HDC, but what happened, I got a call from the managing director indicating let us meet and discuss and see how we could resolve. So at that time there was no need, so I had also asked the Communications Department to inform you that the press conference has been cancelled. That does not mean it will not have another one. As the problem arises, we will ensure that you are aware. We know that you edit everything. The last one we had, we put very little. But I think the country understood what was going on. So we are appealing to you today, based on what is being said, put as much as possible. So those who are sitting up at 10 hours will realize that they are sleeping. Enough is enough, and they must come out and work in the politics of the working class. So therefore, I want to thank the media, all those who came with present. And I want to talk, as you will see some of the local government workers here, take a photo of them in the lovely blue. They look very radiant this morning, and other officers of the union that are present. And we have decided that as time goes by, we will appraise the country, the nation, of what is happening in this present government and the treatment of workers that they are going to do. So meanwhile, they want to say, hold the fort, for we are coming, union is we strong. Side by side, we battle onwards, victory will come. We need to live free and cause and raise our voices high. We join our hands with you, let's run to battle on tonight. Hold the fort, for we are coming, union is we strong. Side by side, we battle onwards, victory will come. Yes, I know the battle rages, but we will contend. And will come wherever is needed, share my father's share. Hold the fort, for we are coming, union is we strong. Side by side, we battle onwards, victory will come. Solidarity forever, solidarity forever, solidarity forever. Our union makes us strong. We will keep on struggling until we get a better pay. We will keep on struggling until we get a better pay. We will keep on struggling until we get a better pay. Our union makes us strong. Solidarity forever, solidarity forever, solidarity forever. Our union makes us strong. Our union makes us strong. Our union makes us strong. Thank you, members. Thank you, media. Thank you, Trinidad and Tobago.